I'm getting ready. You're coming with me. We're going to the Murder of Crows Festival in New York City. It is a yearly festival. Goth, post-punk, dark wave, you name it. Everything's scene-oriented, and they have been going for many years, put on by the Red Party, and you are going to have a blast. I'm going to have a blast. Lots of different people spinning, but who's going to be there tonight? Lathe of Heaven. This is going to be my first time hearing them. I'm excited to hear what they sound like. And then we have Rosegarden Funeral Party. Have seen them before. I do really like them, and they're one of those bands that are just as good live as they are studio. There's always those few bands that surprise you and you wonder if they're the same damn band when you see them in person because they sound completely different, but they're not one of those bands. Then we have 1919. If you've never heard of 1919 before, if you like the Chameleons and if you like Bauhaus, you will like 1919. Following that, we have Bellwether Syndicate, which I'm very excited about seeing. And then we have the March Violets featuring OG vocalist Rosegarden. Will I talk to her? I would like to talk to her. I would like to go up and say hello and show my appreciation and meet her, but I can be a little bit awkward and shy in person at times, depending on the situation. Sometimes I'm a walking, talking quesadilla. Sometimes I'm jumping all over you like you're my best friend. It depends. It's all about the vibes, you know? We'll see. I gotta get ready. I have to straighten my hair. So there are two bands that are going to be playing tonight. Well, two artists, but two bands that are playing tonight that are a huge part of me becoming the person that I am, that were really there for the formative years. And the first band is going to be the March Violets. The first time I saw and heard the March Violets, I was about 6 or 7 years old, and it was when I saw the movie Some Kind of Wonderful. It's a John Hughes movie. So I'm surprised I didn't see it later on until a friend showed it to me, but I digress. So they were featured in the movie Some Kind of Wonderful, and I remember the club scene. There's a club scene where the March Violets actually plays in the film, and then they have two songs featured on the soundtrack. And then it wasn't until like 10 years I saw it again when my friend Elena showed it to me. She's like, oh, this is my favorite movie. Let's watch it. We're all about the 80s movies in the early 90s. So we watched this movie, and it was like I'm seeing it again for the first time, because when I saw the performance and I heard the band, I was seeing it again through different eyes and from a different perspective and different ears, because now I'm involved in the subculture, and this is the music that has spoken to me and made me who I am. So naturally, March Violets became one of those like big formative bands. So they're somebody I'm very happy to be able to see. Another one of the bands that I'm really excited to see is Bellwether Syndicate. And the reason I'm excited to see the Bellwether Syndicate is not only because they're a really good band, but because of William Faith. And William Faith has been involved in a lot of projects that were incredibly formative for me in my younger years, as in like part of the thing that made me who I am, sharing a space with the people involved in making you the person that you are. And I mean that literally, because music is such a huge part of who I am. And when I say that music saved me, I mean that literally. But when it comes to bands like Faith and the Muse, they were a band that were very much involved in teaching me to dig and figure out who I am and find a depth that I didn't know that I was capable of. Because at 15 years old, it's like all YOLO riz skibbity, and then suddenly you're reciting Poe in the blink of an eye. So it kind of hits you like whiplash, but it's incredibly formative and transformative. So it was a big deal. When I first heard these bands, I'm like 14, 15, 16 years old. I don't know who I am. Still trying to figure out who I am, but especially growing up in the home that I did, it was unstable, violent drugs. It was just a lot of things that you would definitely not want to be around, let alone be a kid growing up in. But when all of your resources are kind of pooled toward making it through the day and just surviving, it doesn't leave much in the way of figuring out who you are. And after being introduced to the community, after being involved and going to the events, going to clubs, meeting the people, and just really being involved, I wanted more for myself. I realized that I could have more for myself, and I felt better about myself as a person. I actually felt part of a family. And I don't mean felt better about myself in like a pretentious kind of way. I never thought very highly of myself to begin with. Not before, like before that, I didn't think that I would amount to anything given where I came from. I didn't think that there was a lot going on there because I just didn't have the resources to figure it out. And then suddenly I realized, you know what? There's a lot more in there, that I thought there was. And I know that's true of all of us. There's a lot more in there if we just get the inspiration to look for it. It's all about surrounding yourself with the right people, surrounding yourself in the right atmosphere, being involved in things that feel truly you. If you're involved in something that feels like you're forcing it or faking it, it's not you. And it's the people, the community, it's the music, it's all of these things put together that made me the person that I am, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm excited that I'm going to get to show you that world. I'm going to get to show you that side of myself and that very thing. And it's one of my hopes that I will inspire you to do the same. I'm going to try my best to give you the full view. I can only go as far back as my room will allow. This is the only place I could shoot, so let's show you the fit. One thing I forgot to share is that whenever I go to events, I never not have my backpack. It's like a small leather backpack, and I only use this for going out to events, because when you're going out to a club, you're going out to a show, you want to dance, you have to find a place to stow your bag, or you're in the crowd at a show, it's like hanging off your shoulder, it's bulky, like it just creates excess bulk and has you like knocking into people. But I carry this around, and it's just a lot easier. It's with you at all times. Your hands are free, your arms are free, you can dance, you can do whatever, and you always have your bag with you. So something I find very useful. I got it at Kohl's. I think it was on sale for like $12, so you can pretty much find them anywhere. You can get them at thrift stores, so very useful small backpack.
Probably maybe park down here somewhere.
Little walk through on the way there. Oh yeah, I can see it, I think, on the, yeah, I think that's it. On the left. I think it's right there on the left.
We have oh, the cross, yes.
Yep, Brooklyn made. Here it is. Let's take my tickets out.
really like night 2. No, night 3 of the Murder Crows. This is a Gothic post-punk festival. You're getting the best bands of all times, and I assure you, this is a highlight. This is a highlight. If you don't know this band, good for you. Good for you. Good for you for not knowing this band yet, okay? Because what you're about to listen to, what? No, it's not. I have a horrible voice, and I'm really scared and nervous. I'm always really just like messed up. But it's very, very important to say these words, which is, these artists are just fantastic. And I'm a huge fan, first and foremost. And Rosegarden Funeral Party, I quite assure you, Leah will testify, we are family. We are family. And I want to share my family with you. Or not my family. The goth scene in New York City is fucking fantastic, and I love you very, very much for supporting everything we do, and all the stupid things we do, and all the smart things we do, and having patience, and loving the music, and loving the DJs, and supporting all this amazing art. And when I say amazing art, I'm talking about Rosegarden Funeral Party. You're getting the best fucking band from Texas ever. Ever. There's a period right there. Done. They are the best. If you don't believe me, if you call me a liar, that's fine. You know why? You're about to listen to them. So without further ado, welcome to Murder Crows. This is our festival. It's a New York festival. This is what we do. What was I going to say? I don't know. Nothing else? Nothing else? I guess that's it. I guess that's it. Thank you for being here. Get drunk, have fun, and be happy. And make friends tonight and be kind to each other. And just have a lovely time. Cheers. God bless.
Give it up for Sean Templar, ladies. Well, hi guys, the Rosegarden Funeral Party from Dallas, Texas. Thank you guys so much for having me.
coming up.
I gotta talk about this. I can't not talk about this, and I want to talk about it now while it's still fresh. I just got home from the event, and it was like a couple of hours ago that this all took place, and I gotta talk about it. I want to tell you how amazing the event was and how much fun it was, and getting to meet all the people who I became friends with online and got to meet in person and all be part of the community together and supporting the bands. And that's, really that's what it's all about. It's all about like being together, supporting the bands, and just having fun and being part of a community. So what happened? Now, one great thing that happened is usually I have horrible luck at gigs. I have awful luck. I'm short. I'm a tiny girl, and I always end up behind somebody that is like 2 feet taller than I am, with or without massive hair, usually with massive hair as well. And I get to spend the entire show looking at the back of their neck, which sucks. But this time I was right up against the stage, so I got to get like front and center, really got to see a lot of the bands like up close, which was amazing. And I was directly up front for Bellwether Syndicate. So I got to be right up against the stage, which is very rare for me, and it was a nice treat to be able to see all the bands. And Bellwether Syndicate came on, and when they came on, I expected to hear Bellwether Syndicate, which I did. But what I did not expect was to hear a Faith in the Muse song, and that was a very big surprise for me. And that's not even the big thing. Okay, this is where you're probably going to see me get really cheesy and sentimental. I'm a very sentimental person. So, William Faith announces the next song. He says, "This next song is a Faith in the Muse song, but it's my song. And I want to dedicate this to Angela." And my reaction was to immediately start crying and forget every fucking word of the song. And my middle name. It just really goes to show how powerful these things really are. The videos that we make and just our words in general. It's your voice and sharing it with the world, sharing it with, trying to share your experiences and how you got there, and hopefully help other people find their way in the same way you did. But never in a million years imagining that those very words would find their way to the ears and eyes of the people who are part of your story. And they're listening too, and they're watching. And that means a lot to me, because it means it's working. Alright, I have pajamas to get on, and I have makeup to take off. Have a good night, everyone.